Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am building the Very Veggie Broccoli Generation home, and I thought it turned out so cute. So, this house does have two bedrooms, possibly three, if you want to convert the upstairs art studio into a bedroom or a nursery. I would imagine because there's a ladder, it would be more of a main bedroom for your adult sim. But, yeah, so this house does have plenty of space, I think. Hopefully, this will suffice through this generation, and I won't have to build a bigger generational home. It kinda just depends on how many kids Sage ends up having. But I thought it turned out really cute. It is, of course, there is a lot of green going on because for the broccoli generation, it is, a dark green theme. So I thought I kinda mixed in some different greens in there. It's not all completely green, so I do have a lot of other colors incorporated into this build, but for the most part, it is green. And this legacy challenge was created by Little Simsy, and I've been having such a blast playing through. If you have not checked that out on my channel, I am currently recording the Very Veggie Legacy up on my channel as a gameplay. So if you're interested in gameplay, that might be something that you would enjoy. So go ahead and check it out and please like. And so that helps me know that you guys are enjoying this series. And I've really enjoyed the gameplay aspect. I don't usually gameplay a whole lot. I am typically a builder, so it's been so refreshing to step into something new, and I am thinking of all the different other gameplay ideas, and I'm like, okay, I have so many ideas, so I cannot wait for the new fairy pack to come out because I do intend on starting a new gameplay series kind of surrounded by the fairy pack or inspired by the fairy pack in the new world. I'm stoked, okay? I'm stoked. So, looking forward to that. This house does end up having one bedroom, and then I include an office and then also an upstairs art studio. But like I said, you guys can convert that office into a potential nursery or second bedroom. And then also the upstairs, there is a ladder that you use to go upstairs in this home. But I kind of figured that would be all right. And you could actually maybe squeeze in a single bed upstairs. So there is potential to expand in this house. Right now, I am working on the little outside area. This is mainly where she's going to run her business. And I put a few seats out there so that she can come out there and knit and part of this legacy is that she enjoys to stare at the stars and the sky. So I kind of imagine her to be very outdoorsy and she enjoys to spend a lot of her time outdoors and one with nature. And so I included a little place to do yoga and she can come out here and teach her classes and she's under the stars. So I thought that was going to be perfect for her. And I am starting to put some ivy around the house, and I added this little pergola or awning, and I thought that would be such a cute little space for her to knit and for a lot of her customers to kind of gather around and enjoy each other's company and knit. And so I thought that was really cute. And unfortunately, I did cut out a lot of the landscaping in this particular build because I don't know what's been going on since the update. I think that we got an update, I want to say last week. It's been a little over a week, I want to say. But ever since that update, my game has been so glitchy. Sometimes I'll save and then I'll come back and everything is not done. It did not actually save my game. I was having issues with things bopping around like the chimney and not lifting with the 9 key very well. I don't know what's going on, but the Sims team, please fix it because it was so frustrating when I was building this house. I wanna say I did the landscaping at least 2 or 3 times before it actually stayed. I don't know what's going on, if this is a glitch in the game. Let me know in the comments below if you've been having any problems. Yeah, I think something's gone awry, but hopefully they fix that before the fairies pack comes out because I really do not want to struggle building in the new world and the new game pack. So we are now starting in on the main room in this house, and I thought it came together really cozy and it had really pretty green accents in here. Like I said, I did incorporate a lot of other colors, but for the most part, it is green themed. So I thought it turned out so cute. I love these couches are from Crystal Creations and I thought they fit really good in here. And here I am just loading this little shelf up. I want to say that shelf is from Growing Together. I'm just loading that up with some knickknacks. I kind of envision maybe she was a thrifter. So maybe she found a lot of the items that she displays on her shelf at the thrift stores. So you will see me add a couple more shelves in and then some clutter. And I added this little poof in from the Nifty Knittings, and I thought it went well. I kind of imagined maybe she knitted that. So I thought that was cute. And here you can see I'm cluttering up the shelf from just little odd things that I thought that maybe she would have found on her thrifting adventures. And now we are just heading into the front, kind of the walkway. It's not necessarily an entrance, but she does come in through the living room. And so I put this little nifty knitting table. I really, really like that table. And I put a little chair next to it and a little radio so she could sit there and listen to the radio and knit. And I did add a cat to this household. So here you can see me adding a cat tree and then a little cat bed and a few things. I add in a food bowl as well. And now we are getting in onto the kitchen. And this kitchen really, really turned out cute, I thought. This might be one of my most favorite kitchens that I've done, but it is very green themed. And I added in these new appliances from, I want to say, the Restoration Workshop Kit is the name of it. And then this little grocery bag came in with the new kitchen clutter kit. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's the name of it, but it came in with the new kitchen kit that we just got and those cookies and pretty much everything in this kitchen came from that new kit. That sink, and it has dirty dishes in that sink, and I thought that was so cute. It's the small things, okay? Dirty sinks, a little bit of, extra detail to it. I'm always down for it. And now you can see me, I'm just cluttering up a lot of these counters. I did make sure to leave one counter completely free. That way your Sims can prepare food and there shouldn't be any issues with that. And then, so I add this little phone that we got from one of the, what do you call it, events. That phone that hangs on the wall, that is so nostalgic because I want to say growing up, my mom had the same exact phone, except it had a cord and that cord stretched all the way across the house, it seemed, at least across the kitchen. And you'd have to like duck under it to get around it. But I'm adding in this kitchen table and I added that little cereal box clutter on top of it, and that is interactive. You can click on that and get your Sims some cereal in the morning. And also, if you did see, I added a little broccoli picture up there above the table, and I thought that was so fitting. Now we are getting in on the single bathroom. This particular bathroom does not have a shower or a tub, so your sim will have to go outside. But I kind of figured, it was kind of like an outhouse situation. She lives in Hanford-on-Bagley in the deepest, darkest part of the hill. Like she lives at the furthest reach of Hanford-on-Bagley. So I kind of figured she was out here secluded and kind of the off the grid outhouse would kind of suit. This lot is not off the grid, but, let me know if you'd like to see maybe an off the grid house. I wanna say with the new fairies pack, that's gonna be kind of the basis of that fairy pack is kinda living off the land. So I'm really excited to get into that because I don't typically gameplay that way, so that would be something really different and unique for me anyway. And we are just working in on this office. It is very simple. I just added a desk, a computer, a few clutter pieces, and of course, this bookshelf with a little chair your son can sit there and read. And like I said, it's pretty simple. And I kind of envisioned that at some point I'd be turning this into a nursery anyway. So, yeah. Here I am just cluttering up that shelf, and then we are moving on into the main bedroom. This is Sage's bedroom, and I thought it turned out really cute. There's not a whole lot of space in here, but I did manage to get a few end tables next to Sage's bed. So I did use the little shelves from Dream Home Decorator to kind of make smaller versions of end tables in here. And then I put these stars around the wall because it kind of fit with her, always looking up at the sky and looking at the stars. So I did include that. And I'm just cluttering up these little end tables on the side here. I did end up getting the tiny living wardrobe um storage unit in here. What do you call it? Dresser. And here I am just cluttering up this shelf. And like I said, I kind of figured she would found some of these pieces out at the flea market. And she's just been collecting for a few years. And I did also include a rocking chair and a little bit of clutter. I got some knitting stuff, this painting, and then this mirror. So, and then also here is the wardrobe I was talking about. And I included this little jewelry box in case she ended up having any jewelry too. You can store that in that jewelry box, which is really nice. And then up here is the little art studio. And this is probably my favorite room in the house just because it's kind of a hidden gem in this home. She's got her own little studio up here. She can climb up here and work on her painting skills. And like I said, you could potentially turn this into a small bedroom if you needed the extra space. So it ended up working out really well. I did include a little sink up here with a mirror. And then on the other side, I did include a little seating area in case, somebody wanted to come up here and hang out while your son was painting. They could kind of all gather around and hang out in this little artist loft, if you would. So I thought it turned out really cute. I added these chairs from the mid-century modern kit, and that color is perfect for this generation, that dark green color. And here I am just adding a few clutter pieces. I got some magazines, a candle, and I'm gonna include a couple pictures and shelves on the wall. Let's see, what did I put up here? Yeah, I just put these little glasses from the Everyday Clutter kit. This little potion thing, I want to say that came from Werewolves. And these headphones, and then a little writer's pen too. And then I also added this little calendar up here. And now we are going to get in on the bathroom. This is going to be, I suppose, the main bathroom or the guest bathroom, however you want to look at it. This is the bathroom that all the customers use when they come to Sage's business. So I just kind of kept it simple. This is where Sage will have to come out and take her baths and clean up and wash up out here because, like I said, I did not include that in the house bathroom. But I didn't really think that was a big deal. And I'm just adding a few things. And then we're going to get into her little knitting business next door. And I thought it turned out really, really cute. I added a little love seat right here in the window, and then some really pretty luxurious curtains kind of all draped around. And then also I added like a little love seat in here and a fluffy rug and just a lot of comfy places to sit around and possibly knit. I did end up changing. I add in the painting board, but I ended up changing that and adding in the little whiteboard so that she could teach classes right there. So, however you guys want to use it, I think it would be a great place to either hold lectures and classes or even sell your stuff. So, I thought that worked out really well. In here, I'm just adding the final touches to this little entrance. I included this knittable rug. I added in a coat rack and just a few things. And then I am starting on this little cozy seating area where your Sims can come hang out and knit and maybe catch a few classes, attend some lectures. And I thought it turned out really cozy. A lot of this stuff in this little business area is from the Nifty Knitting, like all those things on the wall. And then that love seat, I believe, is also from Nifty Knitting. That rug is so cute. And I want to say that is from Love Struck. And I'm adding in a few more shelves and a few more clutter pieces of yarn and bags of yarn and boxes of yarn, just anything I could really find that kind of fit the theme. So I did include a toy box in here for your pet. Kind of imagine if you had a cat or a dog, they would be in here hanging out and playing with the yarn because isn't that a cat's favorite thing to do? This would be a cat sanctuary. I did include this little shelving unit from the business and hobbies, and you can sell your things on here. So, some of your knittables you can put up on that shelf, which oddly enough, you can't put all of them on that shelf, which is strange. But anyway, this is about it. I do hope you guys enjoyed this build, and it is on the gallery if you guys want to download it. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.